YouTube, back again with another video, man. This topic that I'll be talking about has to pertain to the idea that I can't stand holidays. Hate is a very strong word, but I just use the word hate to explain my disgust with the way holidays are, what it represents. I don't necessarily hate the opportunity to spend time with family. But even the idea of spending time with family is overly fabricated by the media, and it's used to exploit people for monetary gains. And I'm not going to be going into more details as to why I can't stand holidays. I use the word hate in my title just to express my feeling of disgust with the whole idea behind the holiday, and how it's has like there's certain motives with these companies, what they would do these. Let me just get to the point. First of all, the reason why I can't stand holidays, it's like it create this idea that, oh, this is like a unique moment that you get to share with your family, and then you may not have talked to your family for several months, but now all of a sudden you gotta put all your differences aside and then spend 1 or 2 days with your family and act like you cherish in the moment when you may not necessarily get along with your family. Each person has their own life experiences when it comes on to spending time with family stuff. The connection is kind of bad, but I can't stand this fakeness that comes with you celebrating the holidays with your family, because you may not necessarily get along with your family. You may not actually see eye to eye with them, but you just gotta just forget about your differences and just put that aside, because it's a holiday season, and it's a season of giving. It's a season of celebrating with your loved ones, and it's like a happy feeling, and all this superficial things that come with it, and it's just fake. It's like it's really surrounded by a bunch of fake people that you may not necessarily agree or get along with, but then you gotta pretend like you like them because it's a holiday season. So you will spend a day just to say I did something for the holidays, and I can't stand that, because it's like if you really love someone and you cherish that person, each day that you spend with them would be valuable. It wouldn't be valuable because it's a holiday. A holiday shouldn't be the reason why you value spending time with your family. Like that shouldn't be the reason why you enjoy, staying with your family and eating as a family. Why should it take a holiday for you to come together? And that's the reason why I can't stand holidays, because there's this fake persona, a fake it's just a fake way of talking to family or spending quality time with family, and I can't stand that, because it's like life is already short enough to begin with. So you tell me the only time I should cherish those moments with my family is a certain given period of time, where you put a definition of it and say this is a day you can take off your work, and you don't have to. Well, sorry, my connection is really bad for some reason. It's acting weird. Let me know if you could hear me, if you could see me, because like it's going in and out. But man, I gotta have to move. This connection is really acting strange. Let me know if you could hear me though, because I don't know if you can hear me that well. Whoever's watching my live stream, can you let me know if you could hear me well, because the connection is going in and out. But what I was gonna make, the point I'm trying to make is, it shouldn't take a holiday for you to spend time with your family, and each day that you do spend time with your family should be valuable, right? You should enjoy the moments that you share with your family, because it's precious, and you may not live this, like there's no promise or guarantee that you're going to get to spend time with your family another day, because tomorrow's not promised for any man. So the fact that predominant society tells you, oh, this is a certain month of the year that you should spend time with your family, and put value on that, and say that those are the days you should enjoy your time with your family. It's like, no, like a holiday shouldn't define how you enjoy your moment that you share with your family. And that's one of the reasons why I can't stand holidays. Here's another reason why I can't stand holidays. It's all based off of capitalism. And what these companies do, they will market, they put out so much advertisement to it's like the amount of advertisements I see off of certain platforms like YouTube, or you scrolling through the internet, they just bombard you with so much advertisement about Christmas. It's a time for giving, buy this, buy that. It's all about marketing certain things to people, and it's all based on capitalism. So this is the way these companies make a lot of money off of people, and people are so gullible, they don't think about it. Why should I be buying something for somebody to like show my appreciation for you? This is all a marketing scheme, because what these companies do is they pull out they will bombard you with so much advertisement, and then they know people are going to spend a whole lot of money, and this is how they make a lot of fortune off of people. And I can't stand that. It's like it's just disgusting to me that these companies know exactly how to advertise certain products to their customers, because they know people are going to be spending a lot of money during these holidays. So they come up with these deals. Oh, you could buy one, get one free. You could do this, they get discount. They come up with these offers, but at the end of the day, they make a lot of money off of these people. So they make it seem like, oh, you could save money, but you spend a lot of more money on a holiday than you realize. And I just can't stand that about holidays, because I shouldn't have to buy nothing for you to appreciate me. I shouldn't have to buy anything for to show my appreciation. It's about spending time with the people you love. And most of the stuff that people buy are not even necessary. Like, people buy excessive amount of stuff like they don't even need, or they buy too much of what is necessary. Like, for instance, you may want to buy, certain gifts for your family to show your appreciation, which I believe is just asinine. But like, if you buy certain things, most of the stuff people are not even gonna use. Like clothes that you buy for if clothes, I understand. Sometimes you want to buy something for your younger siblings or your nephew, anybody in your immediate family. But eventually, they're not gonna use it, and a lot of times when you buy the stuff, they're not even gonna wear it. So it's a lot of unnecessary spending that goes on in the holidays, and people just spend, 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 and these companies capitalize off of people being gullible, and they know how to make money off of people during this time. And this thing, it's just bombardment. You get so much advertisement from these different companies who are telling you, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And it's like you can't watch one thing without them advertising it to you. And that's why I can't stand holidays, because these companies are literally I'm gonna say capitalizing, because that's what their intentions are, is to make money off of you. But they're exploiting people. So they go after, they know exactly how to market after certain demographic of people. So they will, advertise about giving, and they will show little kids. And like, when people think about kids, they open up and they become vulnerable. These companies know how to exploit people for their own monetary gains, and that's one of the reasons why I can't stand holidays. Another thing I can't stand about holidays is that the job you when you working, they tell you, okay, you could take some time off now because you have a day off because it's a holiday. And it's like, wow, so I only got like a day off or two to rest, because you're telling me this is the day that I can actually rest. But during the whole time that I was working, you working me like a slave, working me to exhaustion. And when I could finally get a break, you're like, oh, this is the day that you can finally get a break. So you're telling me that my value only is is recognized during the holiday. And I can't stand that, because it's like, if I'm working and I'm busting my ass, like, companies should accommodate you with certain, like, you know, certain opportunities where they could say, because you have devoted a lot of hours, we could grant you a certain amount of days. Or but like, Holidays is like, oh, it's automatically a PTO, right? You get like some people get time and a half, they get a holiday pay, they get all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, so my value only exists during the holiday. That's the only time when I can finally get compensated for my hard work and my labor. So that's one of the reasons why I can't stand holidays. Because like you telling me my value is only based on that one special day. Another thing I can't stand about holidays is the fact that it makes a lot of people lonely. There's a lot of people who feel left out during the holidays. There's a lot of people who feel unwanted because they see, images or videos of loving family, spending time with each other, or perceive to love, perceive loving family. Because people are good at creating a certain lifestyle about themselves, but you don't really know what's happening behind closed doors. But that's the perceptions that some people have when they see family together, sharing times with each other, and a lot of times it makes people feel left out. And during the holidays, a lot of people kill themselves. A lot of people get depressed. A lot of people feel lonely because they feel they don't have anyone to share their life with. And these advertisement, they keep putting this, like, I can't stand them because they what they do, they present this image of like what is considered normal. And it's like if you don't fit into that norm, so if you don't have a family of your own or somebody you could spend time with, you're gonna feel left out because that's all they present. They don't show single people enjoying their time in the holidays. It's always a family unit. So it's like typically a husband and a wife and their kids, going out and shopping or eating together. They never present the image of like single people going out and enjoying their own time. No, it's always about couples. So people who may not fit into that mold, or they may not necessarily have someone, they're gonna feel left out. And that's one reason I can't stand holidays. Is like it makes people feel inadequate. A lot holidays will make you feel like you're missing out. And the truth of the matter is you're not missing out on anything, because a lot of stuff that you even like, even down to the food you eat, it's not even healthy. Because people cook a lot during the holidays, right? You're talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas, the typical holidays. People tend to cook a lot of food, and then what's happening? You eat more than you actually need to eat, so you overindulge on things you don't necessarily have to indulge in, and then you end up eating unhealthy because all the stuff you got to stuff in your stomach, you stuff, and then you eventually you get rid of it. Your body don't even need all that in your system. And and what it is, you cook a lot of food and you waste most of it, right? So it's too excessive. It's too excessive. Overspending on things, overindulging on things you don't need to, and most of the stuff that you spend money on goes to waste anyways. And another thing too, when it comes down to Thanksgiving, they slaughter how many turkeys? Because it's sick. Like the amount of I can't imagine the number of turkeys that are slaughtered during Thanksgiving. But can you imagine how much livestock have to be raised to slaughter all that chicken? And then all this food got to be mass produced. So most of the stuff goes to waste anyways, because most people are not even going to eat it. So it's a waste of money, a waste of food. So I'm like over. It's like this culture is so focused on consumption that all you do is consume, 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 and most of the stuff you consume you don't even use. So it's waste. It's a waste of money, and I just can't stand it. And there's another other aspect of why I can't stand holidays is based off of paganism. It's not even based off of real, authentic holidays. Let me explain to you the idea of Thanksgiving. You know, when you're younger, right, you're not as aware of what's going on in the world. And when you do things, you celebrate with your family, you enjoy the moments because, like, they create this fairy tale in your mind of of happiness and futility, like of enjoying the life that you live in with you're staying with your family. You have fond memories of that, right? But have you known? Do you know that the idea of Thanksgiving came from the slaughtering of native Indians? It's based on the idea that Europeans, when they came to America, they slaughtered a whole lot of Indians, native Indians, indigenous people that live on the land. And once they killed these people and ravaged them and pillaged them of their land, they celebrated it. They celebrated as a token of like accomplishment, and that's where the idea of Thanksgiving came from. It came from the slaughtering of native Indians. And how am I celebrating something that has the root that's rooted in slaughter and annihilation of a native group of people? So can you tell me how can we celebrate a holiday that's rooted in paganism and has a dark nature to it? Same thing with the idea of a Christmas. There's no such thing as Santa, and he's an actual idols, because people really think Santa is real. I didn't know Santa was real until I reached a certain age. Ah man, my stream is really lagging for some reason. It's always seemed like whenever I try to speak the truth, something comes up. One second. Let me see if I can move a little bit, see if the stream could get a little bit better. But you see, me, I'm not afraid to show my face. You know, sometimes I'll talk, now, but every now and then I'll show who I am and I'll speak the truth. But I can't stand holidays. It's based off a lot of fakeness. If there's a way to explain it, it's just fucking fake, man. And it's like you're supposed to pretend like you're happy when in this time, when it's only like a small period of time. Then when the holiday season is over, it's back to work as normal. It's back to business as normal. You're supposed to carry on with your normal life, but it's like you gotta pretend as if you're happy and pretend like everything is all good when there's so much people going through so much problems. And I'm not the type of person that like to rain on somebody else's parade, and people do, if they enjoy spending time with their family, that's good. But it's like it shouldn't take the holiday for you to enjoy spending time with your family. You should make each day valuable. Anytime you spend with your family or you do something, you should make it valuable no matter what. It shouldn't be on this special day that you should enjoy that moment that you share with your family or with your own self. So that's one of the reasons why I can't stand holidays based off fake shit. And another thing too I can't stand is the fact that you are pressured into doing things you don't necessarily want to do. So if you're the type of person I don't like, spending money on things I don't need. I live a frugal lifestyle. Like I live within my means. But when it comes on to the holidays, sometimes you're pressured into buying gifts for your family, or you're pressured into doing things that you don't want to do because that's the normal thing to do, right? Society paints it as a normal thing. So if you are around your family and you don't buy any gifts for them, they will say you're not showing any appreciation for them. But then I realized, why should I need to buy a material like a possession that's easily replaceable for me to show my appreciation and my love for you? These things are superficial. They don't really make a difference in how you feel towards a person. It's a thought behind it that counts. And some family are so infatuated with the idea that if you don't buy them a certain gift, that means you don't care about them. I'm just like, that is such a ridiculous thing to see, because it's like, why I have to buy a monetary physical product or something to show my appreciation for you? If I genuinely care about you, it's gonna show through my action. I don't gotta buy a gift for you to show for me to show that I care about you. But really, people put so much value on that, and sometimes you get pressured into doing it because you feel like, you don't feel like, but it's like the general idea that comes with it, that if you care about your loved one, if you really value them, you'll buy them a gift. You'll buy something that's meaningful for them. But even when you buy them something, it's like sometimes it's like, oh, it's not enough. It's like you got to buy something that actually make, it's on the expensive. So I'm like, yo, I can't just write a letter of appreciation. I can't, show how I care about you by actually spending time with you. Spending time with someone to me is more valuable than buying gifts, in my honest opinion. Spending quality time with someone you love is far more valuable to me than buying any gifts, because these things are vanity. Because one thing you have to realize, all this materialistic things that people are so infatuated with, and they so focused on, you can't really necessarily bring that to you when you die. So all this stuff, it doesn't even make a difference. It doesn't have value. People place value on it, just like they do with money. Money is technically just a piece of paper, right? But people place value on it, and that's how people have to make a living, because people decide that money has value. So making that correlation between money and gifts, people place value on these gifts, something that is just superficial. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why I gotta spend money on something that don't really matter at the end of the day? If I'm there with my family and I'm enjoying the moment that I'm spending with my family, that's to me is far more valuable than any type of gift I could buy or any gift I could get. But of course, if you could afford to get something for your family, nothing's wrong with that. I'm not discouraging people from buying gifts, but I'm just saying, a lot of times people place so much value on these materialistic things. It's like, it shouldn't be worth more than the time you spend with your family, because at the end of the day, these things are not going to sustain you, and they're not going to ever, it's not going to bring value to your life unless you place so much value on it. And money that you buy on these things are most of the stuff you don't even need. Like I said, some things that people buy for the family, right? Whether you go to whether if you celebrate holidays, because I know some people don't even celebrate holidays, period. And I'm not speaking to that genre, or I'm not speaking to those demographic of people. I'm talking about people, in general, like the overall society, where people place so much value on these things. I'm just saying, there's a lot of times when you just like, I don't necessarily need this. Sometimes people buy things that they don't even use. That's another crazy thing. A lot of times people will buy gifts for family members that don't even need it, and they don't even use it, so it just goes to waste. I'm like, why not just donate to charity, or give the stuff you buy to a nonprofit organization, to people who really need it, right? So it's unnecessary spending. Another thing I can't stand. I mentioned it before, but that's another reason. And it's like, I shouldn't. Like I said, I've said this before. Why should I enjoy my life because you tell me it's worth something? Why should I feel like I have value during a certain particular, man, damn, this internet is acting weird. Let me see if I can move around and get this connection going. Um, but like, my point is, what I'm trying to get at is like, my value and my purpose should not be defined on a particular special day or a special occasion. Like, I value myself every single day, and I shouldn't feel like I'm worth somebody, or I'm worth something because the predominant society tells me that's when I should value myself. And that's one thing I can't stand about holidays. It's like, when this comes down to Christmas or the New Year, oh, you should feel happy because you made it to the end of the year, and you should celebrate. And it's a day of rejoicing and feeling great that you live to see another year. But like, what happened to the days that I was working, and I was sacrificing days out of my life, my time, to get where I need to go? What about the journey it took to get there? I shouldn't celebrate it because at the end of the year. No, every single day that I live to overcome whatever obstacles I have to face in life is a day to celebrate. So every day should be a moment of celebration, and it shouldn't take one special day. Oh, because you live to see the end of the year, and then you see the new year. It's a celebration now because you cross over to another line. But yeah, I survived through all those moments, didn't I? Didn't you go through a journey in life to get where you at? So the point I'm trying to make is, people place so much value on that because it's like, they think they're worth something because they heard, like, they get it from the news, or they get it from other people. You get what I'm saying? And I don't feel the same way about that. Of course, you're gonna be happy that you live to see another year, but why should so much value be placed on one particular moment when certain there's certain instances where you had to overcome your demons, or you're just happy and grateful to be alive. You may have had to go through a major procedure where you was very like ill and you survived. That's a way, that's a moment you should celebrate. Because think about it, how much people can have the fortune are fortunate to say, yo, I actually overcome a major health related problem, or I felt like all hope was gone, but I put myself up and I got through it and I survived. And when those moments you go through those obstacles and those roadblocks, right? People tend to not even appreciate it. They don't appreciate the journey that it takes to get there. But all of a sudden, at this particular moment in time, in a given holiday, you're supposed to value me because I say you say Happy New Year. Come on, man, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake shit. I can't stand it. Like, oh, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy? There were days where, man, this fucking internet, man. What about the moments where I didn't feel happy? What about the moments where I'm speaking not just with me, but I'm speaking in other to other people? Like, I should be happy because it's the end of the year. What about the days? What about those months before, or what about days before that when I had to struggle to get to where I'm at, or I'm still going through a lot in life? So you could be going through a lot, but you gotta act like you're happy, you're in good spirit because it's the end of the year, it's a new year, right? So you start in a new year, a fresh start, and they have this idea too that when you start a new year, you should put all the things you had behind, all the stuff you suffered in the past behind, and just focus on a clean, fresh start. And I'm like, wait, so you tell me those days, those moments that I had to struggle to get where I need to go, are moments that are like life teaching events? Those things don't matter. All of a sudden, I should put these things behind. I should just focus on starting fresh. No, every journey that you take does make a difference in developing your character. So I value every single moment I live throughout my life, and I use that as a stepping stone to get to the next level. And even if the next year starts off, I'm never gonna always be, in good spirit. But you gotta act like it, and that's one thing I can't stand about the holidays. You gotta pretend and act like you're in good spirit, even though you may not be in good spirit. You get what I'm saying? And then you got family members who will call you, and the reason there's another major thing too, and I know other people can relate to me. You have people or family, it may not even be family or friends, so-called friends, because I don't believe there's not such thing as just I don't believe there's such things as friends, because most people are not real friends. They're just like associates. But then you got people, right? And you guys could vouch for this. You got people who don't really talk to you, who barely reach out to you, and the only time they really talk to you is during the holiday. The only time they really want to hang out with you and spend time with you is during the holiday. Family members who don't even care could care less about you, who don't care about you as a person, who care about your well-being. The only time they really want to, talk to you or spend time with you is during the holiday. Why should you really want to spend time with me just during the holiday? Why? What happened to the other days when it's not a special moment? Do you tell me that you only want to talk to me, you only want to say something positive to me is during the holiday? That's one thing I can't stand about holidays, because it's fake. Because you got people who your loved ones and people who only reach out to you during the holidays. They barely talk to you at all. They're like, they don't even check up on you to see how you're doing. They don't call you. They don't text you. They don't see how you're doing. You know what I mean? They don't even try to help you when you're struggling. But all of a sudden during the holiday, oh, happy holidays. They want to call you. It's like, it's not genuine, because I can see through it. Like, most times people will just do it because it's a convenience sake for them to do it. But they could care less about you as a person. And I'm not just talking about family, I'm talking about people in general. So it's surrounded by fakeness, and I can't stand that. I cannot. It doesn't resonate with me at all. And that's one of the reasons why I can't stand holidays, because the fake people come out the woodworks and they act like they care about you, and they want to wish you happy holidays, and they want to say all these positive things. but it's like, do you really care about the person? Were you with them when they were down and out, when they had nobody, when they had no support? Were you there uplifting them during the tough times? Are you only there when it's a holiday, when it's a special occasion? That's the only time you really want to give them, your good wishes? No, it shouldn't take a holiday for you to give people good wishes. It should take every moment of your life and journey that you go through that somebody's supposed to support you. They're supposed to have, your best interest at heart. But most people don't really have support. They really don't. Because I had to struggle to get where I'm at. And I'm not ever going to say I never had support during the way. But a lot of times I had to fight through all my problems and I had to figure it out on my own. And now during the holiday, you want to act like you care about me? Nah, like it shouldn't take the holiday for you to show that love of appreciation. And I'm just saying, like, people do that by buying gifts for you, or telling you happy holidays, like doing certain things like that to show they appreciate you. But it's like, why should it take that as a special occasion for you to show that? Dark Dimension 92 said, "Bro, most people are fake." Exactly. That's the reason why I can't stand holidays, because it really reveals people true intentions, and it really exposes a lot of fake people. It really does. It really exposes a lot of fake people. Because the point I was making before, you got people who would never talk to you, not never talk to you, but majority of the time they won't call you, they won't text you, they won't check up on you. They could care less about what you're going through. But then when the holiday comes around, they want to call you. They want to act like they were with you from the beginning. I'm like, I can't stand that. I can't associate with myself with people who are pretending to like me just because of a special day. That's not genuine to me. Now that's one reason I can't stand holiday, because it's phony, and it's surrounded by fake love. And I'm an authentic person. Once I really care about somebody, it doesn't take a special day for me to show that I care about that person. I'm gonna show their appreciation for that person any day, because every day that you live is a holiday to me. In fact, every day that you live to see is a gift, right? Because living in the moment is special. It's a moment that you can never encounter again. The present is the gift. The future is a mystery. You can't predict the future. And with all the stuff that's going on, there's no guarantee you're going to live to see the holidays. So each day that you live is a moment you should cherish, and a moment you should, you know, really appreciate. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why should it take a certain day for you to appreciate and cherish a particular given time with you share with your family or your loved one? It shouldn't take a holiday for you to do that. It really shouldn't. And that's what I'm saying. Most people who do this are fake, because they're like, oh, I'm pretending to love someone. I could care less about that person. I could really just not even think about that person. I'm only going to say one thing, and I'm going to wish them a happy holidays. And next thing you know, everything is back to normal. It's back to business as usual. And I can't stand that shit. I can't deal with fake people. And what's another reason why I can't stand holidays? I feel like, you know, when you're going through especially which each holiday, like, it's based off of paganism, right? It's a way for companies to exploit people out of their money. And then, you know, there's no true value of love. People don't really value one another the way they should. And it's like so much stuff that you see online, and everything you experience is fake, because it's just the image that they create in your mind of, like, it's like they paint this picture of a perfect family that's so happy. Have you seen those commercials where you see, like, two people in a spouse and their kids, and they're so happy and they excited, and it's like, it creates like a fake cloud over you of what a perfect family is, and it really doesn't tell you the true story of what goes behind closed doors. And there's so much people who are struggling, and there's people who are living paycheck to paycheck, who could barely pay their rent, take care of their bills. And then during this holiday, they're supposed to feel like happy, even though there's not really much, that they have to be happy for, and society tells you just be happy. Don't think about the problems you go through, and that's the furthest thing from the truth. You feel me? And what I would say, the government, right? The government. That's one thing I can't stand with the government. They don't provide incentives for people to live a happy life. In fact, what they do is they keep exploiting people during the holidays, and then you got these multi-millionaires, these billionaires who go on vacations, right? And they go out there and do whatever they want, and they could care less about the general public. And they're supposed to tell you, just pretend to be happy. Pretend like nothing is going on. You're not struggling because you live to see the holidays, and the holidays is one of those moments where you should just act like everything is okay. But you could be struggling. You could be like barely making it through. You could barely have everything going for yourself. And then, are these politicians really looking out for you? Are they really trying to help you? They could care less about you. Um, I still remember from last year during the pandemic, people were patiently waiting for their stimulus checks. And, these politicians, they went on vacation during the holidays. They went on like 2, 3 weeks vacation. Nancy Pelosi, which is the head speaker of the House of Representatives, she went on like a freaking 1 month vacation, right? You got people that were struggling to pay their bills, and this is so called during the holiday, right? These people were struggling. They were like really desperate for money, and all they got was a measly $1,200 stimulus check. But that was before the holiday. But the 600, what was it, like scratching the surface? And then these people tell these we the citizens that we should be happy for just getting a measly $600 stimulus check when that money could barely pay rent. Some people can't even pay rent with that money. And the holiday season was like, oh, you should be happy, because it's a season of giving, and you should just not think about any issues like you have. It's fake persona that it creates in the mind of people, because people were really struggling during the pandemic. Some people weren't able to work, and even during the holidays, they would keep getting. Even when the holidays came around, there were no way for people to provide for themselves and their family. They couldn't buy the things they wanted to buy for their family, even though I think a lot of stuff people buy is not even necessary. If overspending on things you don't even need. But at the same time, people didn't even have the luxury to even do that. And these politicians would go on their honeymoon trips and take like a whole month vacation off, and they barely reach out to people. Barely reach out to people. I mean, reach out in terms of helping people. And yeah, they want to act like they're giving. These same politicians will act like they were giving people, helping people, and that people should be, I couldn't stand the way they were like dangling the carrot in people's faces, because you got the Republicans and Democrats, and I'm very aware of the politicians, the politics that goes behind, the parties and stuff. The Democrats and the Republicans were like, it was like beef. They were going back and forth with each other over a measly $600 stimulus check, a money that could barely sustain you for even a month. And they were dangling the carrot in people's faces. And eventually, when the money was signed off, because eventually it had to go, right, it got to be signed off by the House, the White House, and it goes through the Senate. They kept withholding the money, and I'm like, this is the country this is the country I have to like fight for. This is the country I have to acknowledge as righteous. The way they treated people, I still don't forget the way people were treated. They were treated horribly. We barely got any money from the pandemic, and then think about the war that's going on in Ukraine. United States is sending like over trillions of dollars to Ukraine to assist them in the war, and I do, don't I feel like Ukraine has a right to defend themselves, but compared to the money that we have received in America, it's not even close. We couldn't even get a measly $1,200 $1,200 and 600, not even $2,000 stimulus check. A measly that money can't even last you for that long. And they dangle the carrot in our face and tell us that we should be appreciative because it's we should be happy for it when that money is not barely enough to sustain us as people. And when we moved on to the next year, people were still struggling, and we supposed to act like everything is okay. No, everything is not okay. That's why I said the holiday makes it seem like everything is okay and you should be fine. But no, everything is not okay, man. People are struggling out here. People are barely getting by. It's not easy out here, man. It's hard, you know? It really is hard, man. Let me see if anybody else comment because I don't know why my comment section, my live chat, I only see okay, I see one comment. But that's the point I'm trying to make, That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to get at is that there's no real authentic people. I'm not saying authentic people, but the way the media portrayed the holiday is not authentic because they only create they only paint one picture of what a holiday is like. Um, and I just don't frankly believe that you should be happy just because that somebody tells you should be because it's a holiday. I should be happy based on how my life is going and where I am right now. And and if I feel a certain way, I should be okay with feeling that way. I shouldn't pretend like I'm happy because it's a holiday. And it's just fakeness. That's all I gotta say. I'm about to finish this video. I'm not gonna go on. I'm not. I feel like I'm ranting for. But you get the point I'm trying to make. Like I just can't stand holidays for that. And like I said, why should I feel happy because I'm with my family? Because you tell me this is a day that is a special occasion, and so I should place value in that. But any other day, I shouldn't place value on that. I shouldn't be happy for the moments I share with my family, or I can't, buy things for them a certain time. It shouldn't mean anything because society tells me. Nah, it should mean every day that you spend with your family should mean something. It should be worthwhile. But family don't value the time they share with each other anymore, and those days are long gone. Majority of people don't really value each other the way they used to, and there's reasons to explain that too. I'm not denying there's also real reasons why people um, don't have time to even spend with their family during those days because we're living in very perilous times right now. But when it comes down to the holiday season, my time with my family shouldn't be defined based on what society tells me what is valuable. So I shouldn't value that time because you tell me I should value it. I should value the time I spend with my family, regardless of what day or what month it is of the year. Like it should be any time, not just with family, but my life. Anything I do, it should be valued. I should value it based on the way I feel about it, not what you tell me I should feel about it. And that's pretty much the way I feel about it. Pretty much, that's my own perception about it with the holiday season. And like I said, it's based off of paganism. So really, you can't even this whole also the celebration of Christmas. They say that it represents the birth of Jesus Christ, but Jesus Christ isn't even born on Christmas. All this December, this pagan. It's all paganism, and Santa is a form, it's an idol that people worship, and like people put this image of this like this fake image or this what do you call it something that's not real, but it's like a fairy tale or whatever it is. Oh, this God coming down the chimney. Because this is a lie that was told to me when I was younger. I don't know if you guys. I mean, sure you guys can relate to it. Oh, you really believe Santa was real? There's a guy coming down the chimney that's gonna give you gifts and stuff. Until you woke up and you realize this is just the matrix we're living in. The matrix is gonna tell you things that are not true. Until you start opening your eyes and the veils have been removed, you start seeing everything that we were told was a lie. So why should I celebrate something that's based off of lies? That's a paganism. That's based off of paganism. Why should I celebrate that? It's not even real. There's no freaking Santa flying through going through the air on a chim. We call it like the have reindeers. That stuff is all fake. It's all make believe. But we're supposed to pretend like it's real. What a joke, man! Freaking ridiculous. But anyways, that's just my perception about it. You guys could, take it or leave it. That's just my honest opinion why I really don't like holidays. I mean, hate is a really strong word. I was just speaking away my opinion towards it. I don't necessarily hate the moment that I spend. When I say hate, I don't mean I hate or I dislike the time that I spend with my family, but I hate the fact that they place so much emphasis on the idea the surrounding the holiday that I should only value that time that I spend with my family because it's a holiday. That's the reason why I hate it. But other than that, I really enjoy the moments that I spend. But I don't even necessarily have family like that because most people who you think are your family are not really there with you for that for the right reasons. And most people don't really reach out to you until like the holiday comes around, the season comes around. So that tells me that it's just fakeness, it's fake love. It's not even genuine. So I can't even necessarily call it family because it's like majority of people that even connect talk to you, they're doing it only because it's convenient for them to do it. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, I've been going on for too long. Be on the lookout for more videos. I'm gonna be putting more videos out there. But I'm speaking truth, man. I know a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying, and a lot of people can, understand my point of view when it comes onto that. And I'm just tired of it. How the companies they market they know how to advertise, man. The amount of advertise, I can't stand the ads that I keep getting, man. Like, they're getting bombarded with so much ads, like spend, 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 spend. All they want is your money, and this is how they make money off of people. This Black Friday, oh, you get this much off discount. No, they make so much money off of people. It's not even funny. And all this money that you spend on this stuff you don't even need, man. Anyways, I'll go on. I'm digressing right now, but that's just the way I feel about it. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you could donate to the Cash App, being resilient, I would really appreciate it. Any type of support will go a long way. Motivate me to keep putting more videos. And I'm gonna keep speaking my truth and keep putting out more content. So be on the lookout for more things. And I might I might actually go live tomorrow morning or later tonight because another topic I want to discuss about, but it depends on how I feel. Anyways, take care, be safe out there. It's a crazy world. All right, peace out, bye.